Do you think Ashton Kutcher is hiding something from the world? We all know him as the lovable actor, the philanthropist fighting for good causes, and the devoted family man. But what if there's more to the story than meets the eye? Ashton has built a reputation as one of Hollywood's good guys, especially with his charity work and his public image as a dedicated husband and father. However, recent rumors and whispers suggest that his past may not be as clean as it seems. Could there be secrets that Ashton has been keeping hidden from the public for years? The idea of him being involved in some shady situations or having connections to questionable figures like Diddy has started to surface, and now fans are wondering if there's more to his persona than just a good-hearted celebrity. But here's the kicker: what if Mila Kunis, his supportive wife, is the one who decides to spill the beans? Imagine the shockwaves if Mila were to come forward and reveal what she knows about Ashton's past. She's always been seen as the one who keeps things calm and collected, publicly backing her husband no matter what. But if she knows things that could damage Ashton's image or even destroy the life they've built together, could she decide to take the risk and speak out? The idea of Mila breaking her silence could be huge, and it might be exactly what some people have been waiting for. Her perspective could open a door to the truth, and it's unclear whether Ashton's perfect public image would be able to survive the revelations. So, do you think Ashton is hiding something? And if Mila decides to tell all, what could come to light? It's definitely a twist no one saw coming, and the fallout could be bigger than we can imagine.
Was unable to walk, and then suddenly you can't see. Then why are you not talking louder? Because I can't hear you.
Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis have always seemed like one of Hollywood's most solid couples, right? From that 70s show to building a family, they've really crafted this perfect image of love and support. But what if there's a lot more going on behind the scenes? Rumors are floating around that Mila might be holding on to some pretty big secrets about Ashton. In fact, some people say she's even moved out of their home because she knows that some big info about Ashton and Diddy, including a video, is about to come out. Ashton's always had that squeaky clean image, especially after Punk Thud, but back in the early 2000s, he was hanging out with some of Hollywood's biggest party animals, like Sean Diddy Combs. They were spotted together at some wild parties that are still talked about today. Diddy's infamous gatherings were known for endless drinks, tons of celebrities, and moments that made people wonder what really went down behind closed doors. For years, Ashton's name stayed out of the drama, but now, with Diddy back in the spotlight for other reasons, some people are starting to look at Ashton's past a little differently. If these stories ever come out, Ashton's perfect image could be in serious trouble. And here's where it gets interesting. Word is, Mila might have found out some pretty unsettling things about Ashton's past. This isn't just about crazy parties anymore. There's talk that she may have uncovered something that connects Ashton even closer to Diddy's circle back in the day. Ashton's been doing good things in recent years, like his work against human trafficking, but these new revelations could show a very different side of him, one he's been trying to leave behind. Now, with all this knowledge, Mila has the power to shake things up. Some say Ashton's even asking her to keep quiet, but the more that comes to light, the bigger this story could get. It might not just be about Hollywood parties anymore, it could be something way more serious. For years, Mila stood by Ashton, but sources say she's holding on to some secrets that could change everything.
Is that Mila Kunis is aware of how horrible the information and clips concerning Ashton Kutcher and Diddy are.
Okay, so here's the thing. Mila Kunis is sitting in a pretty powerful position right now. For years, she's been the picture of a supportive partner, always backing Ashton Kutcher in public and standing by his side through thick and thin. But now there's this growing sense that Mila might know a lot more about Ashton's past than anyone realizes. She's always kept a calm, collected public image, but could there be a side of her that's holding on to some major secrets? It's almost as if Mila has this hidden leverage, and let's be real, it's impossible not to wonder what she might do with it. Think about it, she's been privy to some of the most personal aspects of Ashton's life, and as time passes, some of those past relationships and choices could start weighing heavily on her. She's already seen everything up close, but now it feels like there's a real possibility she could be contemplating what to do with that knowledge. The big question is, will Mila keep these revelations to herself for the sake of their family and their image, or could she decide to use them to her advantage? If there's one thing we know, it's that Hollywood and public life can be a pressure cooker, and things could easily go from calm to complicated in an instant. Now, if things between Mila and Ashton start to get tense, or if cracks in their relationship start showing, there's a chance that Mila could decide to spill some of these secrets, and if that happens, the fallout could be absolutely massive. Not only would Ashton's world be turned upside down, but Diddy's name could also get dragged into the mess, potentially bringing even more controversy into the public eye. Mila's decision to stay silent or to speak out could completely shift the dynamics of the entire situation. The stakes are incredibly high, and the drama is just starting to unfold. The silence coming from both of them is only making people more curious. Fans and insiders are definitely wondering if Ashton is trying to keep everything buried. Meanwhile, Mila's out there, staying calm and collected in public, but who knows what she's thinking behind closed doors. Word is, Ashton's been begging her to keep quiet, but what if she decides to let it all out and share what really happened?
Mila Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher were before Ashton and his Diddy partying.
So Ashton Kutcher, right? He's been known as one of Hollywood's good guys for years. Between his acting career and his work with Thorn, his organization that fights child exploitation, he's built a solid reputation as someone who cares about making the world a better place. He's even testified in front of Congress, which really cemented his image as this modern-day hero. But here's the thing, what if there's more to the story than what we've been shown? Rumors are starting to pop up that Ashton's perfect image might be hiding a much darker past. Think wild parties and some questionable connections. Back in the early 2000s, Ashton was a regular at Diddy's infamous white parties, where the guest lists were a list and the stories were legendary. While Diddy's name is usually the one tied to those events, Ashton somehow managed to stay under the radar. That is, until now. With Diddy getting hit with fresh legal drama and new allegations coming out, Ashton's past ties to him are being looked at again. Fans are starting to wonder, is Ashton's charity work the real deal, or is he using it as a way to cover up a past he wants to forget? And then, of course, there's Mila. Word on the street is that Ashton's getting a little nervous about what she knows and whether she'll keep it to herself. To the outside world, they're this picture-perfect couple, but behind closed doors, things might not be as smooth as they seem. If Ashton's asking her to stay quiet, that tells us there's a lot more going on than we realize. If Mila ever decides to spill the beans, it could be huge. We're talking about revelations that could shake Hollywood to its core. Ashton's connection to Diddy could lead to some pretty serious fallout, especially if it turns out Ashton was involved in anything illegal. Mila, though, she knows a lot about his past, and if she speaks up, she could change everything. While Ashton's out here doing great work with Thorn, trying to be the hero, Mila could flip the script on all of that. Imagine what would happen if she revealed everything: wild parties, shady connections, stuff we never knew. It could bring his whole career into question. So here's the real question: how deep does Ashton's relationship with Diddy really go? Over the years, Diddy has been at the center of several scandals, and with each new allegation, his image takes another hit. From accusations of abusive behavior to his ties to questionable business dealings, the rapper and mogul's reputation has been anything but spotless. And now the spotlight is turning back on Ashton due to his past connections with Diddy. These aren't just casual acquaintances. We're talking about Ashton and Diddy were seen together at some of the most infamous parties in Hollywood during the early 2000s, where high-profile celebrities mingled and things often got out of hand. If Ashton was even remotely involved in any of the more controversial aspects of those events, it could potentially be the nail in the coffin for his carefully constructed image. Here's where it gets tricky. Ashton has spent the last decade building up this incredible reputation, particularly as a philanthropist and activist. His work with Thorn, the organization he co-founded to combat child trafficking, and his involvement in numerous humanitarian efforts has positioned him as one of the good guys in Hollywood. But if these rumors of a darker past are true, all of that could come crashing down. Hollywood is known for being unforgiving when it comes to scandal, and anyone deemed a liability, especially someone with as high a profile as Ashton, can find themselves quickly distanced from the industry. If any of this information about Ashton's past relationship with Diddy comes to light, it could be a serious blow to everything he's worked for. But it's not just about the past, it's about Mila now too. Mila Kunis, who has always been by Ashton's side, publicly supporting him and standing by his side through thick and thin, now finds herself in a position where the weight of his past could fall on her shoulders. Rumor has it that Ashton's getting nervous about what Mila might know. Some sources claim that he's been pressuring her to keep quiet about what she may have uncovered. It seems like Mila could be holding some very powerful cards, and the question becomes, will she keep those cards hidden or will she play them? If she chooses to speak out, it could unravel everything. Imagine what might happen if Mila decides to break her silence. These aren't just harmless party stories. We're talking about the potential exposure of connections that could be much darker, possibly illegal. If Mila has evidence or knowledge that ties Ashton to more than just wild parties, if she has information about his involvement in activities that could damage his reputation or even land him in legal trouble, then we could be looking at a scandal that rivals some of Hollywood's most explosive moments. Mila, who's always been seen as the supportive partner, could now be the person who holds the key to the truth that could bring everything crashing down. On the flip side, what if Mila decides to stay silent? Maybe for the sake of their family, for their children, or because she believes in her husband, despite everything that's being whispered around them. After all, she's been there through it all, from their beginnings as co-stars on that '70s show to building their family. But how much longer can she keep quiet if the pressure builds? Could Ashton's charm and public persona keep her from exposing the truth, or will she decide it's time to speak up for herself and for what's right? At the end of the day, Ashton's carefully crafted public image could be at serious risk. But the real question is, will Mila take the plunge and share everything she knows, or will she choose to protect their family from the fallout? This drama isn't going anywhere, and it's clear the stakes are high. So what do you think? Is Mila going to spill the beans on Ashton's past, or will she keep it all under wraps to protect their family? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And if you want to stay updated on all the latest Hollywood drama, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss an update. We'll catch you in the next one.